This is the way that this place rolls. You just got to be ready for anything. Like this morning, we get a call at 6 o'clock this morning, I think it was. Oh, we've got some whānau staying in the marae and da-da-da-da. So you'll be right, eh? It's like, yeah, you'll be right. Te ahonga whetū I te rangi, e tohu ngā maunga o te whenua. Tumaira, ngā rangatira o te ao, e whakaruru hou, e, ami e, hui e, taeki e. Tēnā rā tātou katoa. Ngā whānau mai Hawaii, kei te mihi, nau mai, whakatau mai, rā I runga I tēnei kaupapa o Wā Hine Ora, kei te mihi nui ki a tātou katoa. Me ngā Wā Hine Ora, kei te mihi nui, pai ki te kitea, kia tātou, ia wiki, kei te mihi. I te taha o ku tipuna ko ine o ku pepeha ko Aorangi, ko te awa pūtahi, ko tongariro o ku maunga, ko tāuri kaitai, ko mōwhango, ko tongariro o ku awa, ko Ngāti Whiti, ko Ngāti Tama, ko Ngāti Kere, ko Ngāti Te Whatu I Āpiti, ko Ngāti Tūrangi Tukua o ku hapu, ko Kim Eriksen a hau, he kai ako a kaupapa a hau I runga I tēnei kaupapa, I runga I tēnei whenua I tēnei rangira mihi aroha ki a tātou katoa. Ka huri au I te reo tuarua. So welcome to you. I thank you for being here with us this morning. It is such a short time. I don't know what you're going to get to see in this short time, but basically the introductions in the beginning you might get to see, but you might not get to see our content that we're going to deliver today. So Wā Hine Ora, I thank you, Wā Hine Ora, for allowing our whānau to be here with us today. You know, we never know from one week to the next who's going to arrive. Sometimes we'll have heaps and sometimes we'll have little, but that's just about life and changing, and they come back. So we run a Wā Hine Ora program which is usually 10 weeks, and it's about the transformation of whānau violence, but all transgressions across whakapapa. So anything that transgresses across our whakapapa is a violation, therefore it's violence. And we also talk about the patu wairua as well, not just the living day-to-day things, we talk about the other realms as well, because sometimes people don't take that into consideration. Right? But the focus here is always about our state of ora, our state of wellness, all forms of wellness. So what we're going to do today is explore some of that, because even though a lot of us make assumptions that everybody knows what ora is, or knows what it feels like, smells like and tastes like, but that's not a reality sometimes. Sometimes it depends on how we've been raised, or it depends on where we've come from as to what our state of ora is for ourselves. And so that's why we go back to the basics. What is it? We ask simple questions. What is ora? How can you create it? How can you involve your whānau, which is not just the cat, the dog, and mum and dad, and 1 or 2.5 children. We don't ascribe to that kind of system. It's whoever's in your whānau. If you have 10 whānau members that have come from another whānau and have come to live with you, that's your whānau. We don't ascribe to mainstream ideologies of what whānau is for us. It could be our friends, because we're not in our own homelands, and so they are our whānau too. So we look at the uniqueness of that, and also how we can maintain and sustain it. Because at the end of the day, you can talk about it, you can put a couple of things in place, you can even write it down on a piece of paper, but unless you're going to put it into action, it's momo wā, waste of time. And so But it takes everybody a different journey to get to that point, and whatever it is for them is what's important to us. We ascribe to our whānau knowing it for themselves in whatever unique way they get to know that is entirely up to them. All we can do is provide a space and a place, opportunity, conversation, and from that point they plan the rest of their lives, not us. And so so I'd like to welcome you into our kaupapa. We always set a kaupapa at the beginning and a kawa. And the kaupapa is to find a new way to do things to prevent family violence. Whakapiki te ora o tātou, so uplift the wellness of us all. Uplift our energies as whānau, as wahine and as mums. Revive our whakaaro to be positive, so our thoughts about being positive, and to look at change to help stop the cycle of violence, which is exactly what she was talking about. Yeah. So inadvertently, without her even needing to read off here, she told you all about that. So our Kawa is our guide, our foundation, our guidelines, the way we work together, and they are like our root system. Our kaupapa is our purpose or our reason we do things. They could come here and we could lay down a bunch of rules like every other organisation often does, and say this is the way you have to behave and this is what you're going to be doing and that's all there is to it, but we know that that doesn't work. I've worked in social development for 21 years and it doesn't work. And so this is the only way that we do things. So when they come here, it's totally about them. It's not about us. We're just a vehicle and a place and space to provide a forum, and the rest they do themselves. So this part here, the kaupapa represents a flourishing puawai of the rākau. So it's about the flourishing. Te whakanui o te kākano. We plant seeds and however they choose to fruit is up